Hey guys, welcome to our very relaxing, cozy getaway in North Carolina. We've got something new for you, so follow us. So we promised you something new, and today is the pilot episode of something that we've not done before. So my wife and I are actually on the vacation. We're in the Blue Ridge Mountain area of North Carolina, and we are staying at an amazing home. We've been very fortunate to be here, and we want to share the home with you later in the video, as well as what we have planned. My wife and I contacted the owner of this place, and we let them know that we want to leave the world a little bit better, one knife at a time. And they agreed that it would be awesome. So right now, since we just got here, my wife and I are going to take a peek with you at what kind of knives they're running. And the goal is to leave the knives a little bit better. So I've already set up for a sharpening episode. So you're going to see with me, to my surprise, what we're going to be sharpening. So, okay. This is a company I'm not familiar with. I don't know if you've seen this before. So we're going to... Okay, wow, we've got like a really nice kind of a tall paring knife. That's pretty cool. We've got and a big slicer. They've got every kind of different size knife that you'll need, and we've got another type of paring knife. And today I did not bring any files to be sharpening this, but it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Man, that's pretty sharp. So I don't think there's anything else. So there's no more knives to sharpen. So let's take a look and see if these are sharp at all. So I'm very fortunate to have my wife with me on vacation, and she is standing in and doing the video for us today. So let's see if they're sharp at all. And you can hear her laughter and amusement. Okay. We got a little something with that one. Okay, so that's definitely not. We're gonna resolve this issue in just a moment. We got a little push, like really. I'm not trying to make it dull for you. You see me like literally. Okay, so you guys know me. You know there's gonna be a lot better than that. So if you'll see, I brought everything. I don't need everything. Today, all we're gonna be needing is the Kramer 400, 1000, and 5000. I don't think that anything here is going to warrant the 220. I don't think I need to put an 8K finish on it. I definitely don't need to put it on any Japanese stones. I've already set up before I got started. So we've got the Bob Kramer sink bridge by ZWILLING. We've even got the Kramer stropping block loaded with 0.25 micron diamond paste. If I'm using it, it's listed in the description below, guys. I'll list everything from the diamond paste to all the accessories that I normally use. I am not sponsored. All these things were purchased by me and used by me. So this session is going to be me at work. I might, point out a couple of tips as I'm doing it, but I'm just going to do this in full speed, see how long it takes to get this done, and let's get to it. Now, for those of you who don't know, I didn't hit record. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, these are splash and goes. So if you're looking at these stones at all, most of the stones I'm using, except for one, which I'm not actually using today, these are splash and go. So what that means is you just add a little water, and you're good for both. So let's get this thing the way we need it. So if you have not purchased a sink bridge yet, this normally comes with a certain amount of twistable screws. I have had mine for so long that I eventually got heavy-handed and broke mine. So I did a quick fix. It lasted me for 7 years. And I'm not getting rid of it because I love it. So let's get our stone in there. You never know, next holiday or something, maybe I'll get a new sink bridge. But I do like the one that I have. There we go. All right, so beautiful. Now normally this plate comes in a block, and I didn't know it when I bought it, but I bought the replacement plate. It still works great, obviously, but I'm going to put the link in the description for the actual block, just so you guys know what you're supposed to be, using. All right. So again, I do this by, I know this. You guys have angle aligners. I'm just kind of used to doing this. There's, you have to find the angle. Okay? And we're gonna do 15 degrees on this knife. I really don't want to change the amount of paint on this knife. That's definitely a telltale sign. There is a slight curve to this knife. So we're gonna start at the front. And I'm doing, so this arm is completely locked, okay? And you'll see the wrist motion. So let's turn over and look. And we have not changed the color of the paint. That tells us we're doing pretty good. And make sure you guys get all over the stone. Right now I'm here, get all over your stone to try to keep your stone even. So let's use this corner, it hasn't gotten used. And let's check. And we already have a burr. And we're good to go already on that side. So I find that, I spend a good amount of time on the tip. I think people, they don't ever get the tip sharp. And by the way, yeah, we did great on this side. We did absolutely great to not change the paint. It's gorgeous. So I'm excited for whoever uses these knives. They're gonna be like, what? Now, I don't know if you guys can notice that my fingers move kind of quick. I'm here at the nose. And then I just move ever so slightly down. This is something that takes practice. If you guys see me, this is funny. If you guys see me go like this, it's because at my house I have a sensor and it cuts the water off. And I just think everywhere I go they have sensors now, so it's just something that's kind of funny. Okay, so we got a nice big beautiful burr everywhere except for right there. So let's give it a little attention. And just like that, guys, it's pretty fast. It shouldn't take that long. If you're looking above, you can see that the edge consistency is there. We have not changed the paint, which means we have just hit it on the edge. All right, so you've got two choices. You can do one knife, completely change all your stones, or since you have the stone out, just do all the knives. I'm gonna go ahead and do all the knives. I'm gonna do all the knives since I have the 400 up here. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I put my finger down the spine when I'm on this side. I do not do my finger down the spine on the other side. It's not comfortable. Whatever it takes. I am trying to use the entire stone. I'm pushing in this direction. My fingers are riding the stone on the way back. So I'm pushing, ride, push, ride. I'm floating almost on the way back. So push. And you feel all this forward motion as you're pushing away from your body. Push, pull, push, pull. So I do it automatically now. I've done it for 7 years. And that was fast. It's not that I couldn't do it. I don't know why. I just feel like my fingers on the way on that side. So now if you're watching this and you're a beginner, you can see that we're going to be handling all the household knife duties quite rapidly. This could be something that's done once a week or once every other week, depending on how much you cook. And just like that. So again, guys, we're toying with the different names, Knife Ninja, Knife Episode. I like the Knife Ninja because you're going into someone's home. We're not being sneaky about it though. We're actually getting permission, for legal reasons. You better have the right to be there. Plus, we would never touch someone else's property without their permission. They were excited about getting them sharpened. I'm excited about working with this company I've never heard of before. And unfortunately for the pilot episode, we won't see their faces when they use them. And all the other episodes, we plan on going into people's homes. We're going to bring some nice knives with us and see their faces when they use a nice knife. Okay, so that was super fast. Now, make sure, I almost got lazy, guys. Make sure you get the 400 grit slurry off of the knife. You do not want to carry that over onto the next stone. Big strokes. Use the whole stone. This knife does not have a bolster. It's kind of recessed. I'm pretty happy about it. I'm not a fan of bolsters. This would be a really good spot for a slow-mo. We've had a really good time getting here. Now that we're in the mountains, taking the dogs hiking. Sounds like fun. Definitely get a workout. I could use it. Right there we're missing. All right, make sure the whole thing is completely even, guys. Okay. And try to be even. Don't let the burr be huge here and then micro somewhere else. Try to get the entire thing even. Okay, so it never takes too long on the other side once you create a burr on one side. Now, for those of you who don't know what a burr is, we're going to have the ABCs of knife sharpening in a different video. But a burr is when you're kind of sanding metal off of one side of the knife. The metal starts to gather at the edge of the blade, and we call the edge the apex. And that metal kind of hangs like tassels off the edge. And we're feeling for them. They'll stick up. And it's very obvious when it's there. And then when you flip the knife over, you're trying to create the same burr on the other side. And once you have done that, you have changed the knife. You have put 2 new angles on the metal edge, the apex. You have formed a new apex. And then later we're going to be using another technique, and we need to make sure all those little metal tassels come off. So this knife was already sharp. It was decent. It's a very thin knife. Guys, this knife would be very too easy to put too much pressure and you would end up bowing the knife, and then you would end up scratching the face. So I'm literally, like, I'm almost drawing like this. This is how little the pressure is. My finger's there to just guide it. This is a Victorinox. So this is their paper thin paring / utility knife, I guess you'd call it. Be careful, do not cut yourself. Okay, we have obviously a quick burr. And so this will be the 5th knife done in however long that took. One of the things that's nice about this versus sanding, and I'm not getting on any of the belt sander, guys, you don't have to worry about messing up the heat treatment. Sometimes sanding, if you get the wrong operator, the technique is not wrong, but if you get the wrong operator, they can really just heat up the edge. It'll make a nice edge. The problem is the knife will get duller faster. So yeah, that's beautiful. So if you get the right operator, of course, everything is the way it's supposed to be. Just like anything in life, sometimes it's not the technique, it's the person. Oh, so that was a quick drop, sorry about that. We are going to leave that down there. And let's go to stone number 2. So I am not gonna jump from the 400 to the 5,000. I'm gonna do like a nice little jump up to the 1,000. My goal is to quickly bring every knife a burr. It should take a second. So let's once again make sure this thing is flat. All right, so I'm starting on this side because remember I finished on this other side, so we're starting back where we started from. We're flipping the burr back and forth. The owners have been very nice while we're here. My wife and I have decided we definitely want to recommend the home. It has a nice fenced-in backyard. We were able to bring our dogs, and the dogs have enjoyed the backyard. Everything was laid out really nice. It's a very cozy home. Lots of bedrooms. It's a 3-bedroom. One of the bedrooms has 2 beds, in case you bring enough. Nice deck out back. Pots and pans, utilities, all these things provided for us. But decorated really beautiful. It's definitely been fun to be here. The leaves are changing. What a good time to have come. And just like that. Again, getting the slurry from the 1,000 off the knife. I do not want to carry that over to my 5,000. Guys, it's not wrong to do one whole knife and then move on to the next one. You've got to develop your own system. Just looking for that micro bevel. Now, by using the 1000, technically we're still sharpening. We're definitely removing metal from the edge. There we go. When we get above this, maybe up to 2000 you can sharpen. When we get above the 2, you're really more polishing the knife. I have a natural stone that's around 3000 that I'm able to get a micro bevel. I think there's certain stones that have a little more bite to them. Around 3000 you can get a micro bevel. It's a little more work. It definitely takes a lot more time. If you respect the knife, then you don't want to take too much metal from the knife and then, you know, wear out the amount of time the knife could have been with its owner, just so you got, you know, done with your work faster. Yes. So again, removing the burr from the 1000. Big strokes, so you can do less work. The whole stone. So fast. Now I'm doing edge trailing strokes. You'll always hear me talk about edge leading. I will not do the edge leading until the last stone. So I have some people lined up for some more Knife Ninja / Knife Club episodes in the future. I'm excited to show them what a really nice knife can feel like. I don't think people know how effortless the experience should be with a knife and how the knife should do the work. We have one more before we go to the 5000. Okay, so let's get all of this 1000 grit slurry off of here. Now, guys, I'm gonna clean the stones when I'm done. You're not gonna put them back with the metal filings from the knife away. You're gonna wanna sanitize the stone, like get the stone clean, and you're going to wanna put it up dry. We're just trying to work efficient here, so let's make sure everything is smooth and flat. And if you remember, I actually cleaned this plate before I use it again because I didn't want to get grit from another stone on this stone and kind of clog it up. Okay, so we have flipped the bevel back and forth many times. We are going to do, now look, already you're seeing that. You can see the metal coming off. That is from the burr. So just like when we're doing with leather, like I'm pushing this blade like into and coming across, and where you see the metal drawing, that is metal burr coming off, and we're trying to leave that residue on here. Now you'll notice that these higher grits load up very easily. So I will probably have to use a rust eraser during this period to clean the stone. Now I'm going pushing, so I'm doing opposite. I'm pushing away from me with pressure. So this is going away from me. Now it's coming towards me with pressure. Back and forth. So let's take a moment and let the weight of the knife sit on the wood and just draw down the side. If there was any metal clinging, we just got it off. Now, if you ever truly want to know if there's anything left, just take your knife and kind of go across. And any metal that might have been there, it's in your stone. So I think we've done pretty good, guys. Okay, so let's clean it. Now it needs to be dry. So I'm going to use some paper towels. It's a little too much. So we have this leather strop. Okay, I'm gonna sit this right on top of here so that way you guys can see. Now this bolster on this is kind of big, so I'm having to accommodate the bolster on this side. So in case you don't know what stropping is, I am putting the knife on a piece of leather. It could have compound on or not. Do not think about compound today if you're new. Compound is something that we add. It has some type of an abrasive in it. This has diamond dust. This is a very small dust and it speeds up the process. But the leather itself, you don't want to go too hard. The goal is that if there's any piece of wire, burr that's stuck on this, it would get ripped away. Hopefully we ripped it away already using our forward leading edge. And then we dropped it on the wood and we pulled across the wood. All that is to get the burr off. Okay, so do not cut yourself. This is a newly sharpened knife. Do not accidentally go through and then cut your finger. So let me get a piece of paper. Let's see if we've got any magic going here. Okay, so that was great. Obviously. You know, we all heard, you could hear that was butter. Yeah, so, you know, if you can fold shiny paper and get it going, that's a good test. So we did not hear a catch. You can feel it's we started from the heel to the toe. I don't think that the quality of knife allows for push cutting. Yeah, no. So, yeah, that was gorgeous. All right, so let's get the rest of them done. So I'm starting to forward strokes. If you can get your hand fanned wide enough across and put pressure evenly across, now at first, there is hard pressure. The goal is to get the burr off. In the end, the goal is to make sure that the edge is parallel. I don't like to make sure that it's not flipped each way, that it's like even. I'm gonna like run the knife along the edge, any metal comes off. There you go, that's nice. Okay, let's clean this puppy up. Now I know you guys can see in the overhead camera. I mean, look at that edge. It is so clean. It is so even from here to there. Okay? It is so even from here to there. So we did not take off any paint. If someone gave you a high dollar knife, you damn sure better not. This is not me, folks. This was already there. Make sure the water's off of the knife before you go onto leather. So let's put this down. Put the leather down. There will be a video on stropping by itself, what it means, what it does, different techniques, different types of leather, different types of compound, all coming up in future episodes. I'm sure you guys are used to seeing somebody put a sharp edge on a piece of leather, whether it was an old razor blade in a barber shop. So we're just trying to make sure there's no wire edge on this knife. It really helps. People criticize me for doing too many stropping motions. It doesn't take that long to do an extra 10, so why not do an extra 10? I mean, what's hurting it? I mean, where am I going? I'm not telling you to waste your life. I'm just telling you that the extra work doesn't hurt. And when I say this is light, guys, I mean, it's literally like I'm one-handed. The other hand just makes sure that it's guided. So it's literally helps to push. Okay, so we've done that. So any of this stropping compound, the 0.25 micron, we don't want it on the edge of the knife. Please make sure you're careful and you do not cut yourself. This is dumb. If I'm getting ready to do that, it's dumb. Like have like a certain amount of thickness. Okay, so let's get a fresh paper towel, fresh magazine paper. Okay. Nice. I mean, that's fun, guys. And I know you guys know, we're not here to slice paper. But look, through the tip, you know, even the tip was doing it. Okay. So I'm gonna finish up these knives and they're gonna be ready for the owner. You don't need to watch me do the other ones, but you guys saw me work. I literally just have to do the rest of these real quick. It doesn't take that long. This is the type of the stuff that you can do maintenance once a week. I don't think you're gonna have this many knives that are dull, but everyone can learn to do this. We're gonna have other videos, knife basics, knife setting up, sharpening setups. You could have done this on the 1000. It'd taken you a little longer if you don't have a 400 stone. You could have done it all on the 1000. You could have used an old leather belt. You've seen that on another video. I'll definitely put a link up in the corner on my video showing just using the 1000 and leather belt. Okay, so I appreciate you guys coming in. Like I said, we're gonna have links to everything that we used. I'll even look up the name of this company and find the name of this company and Juvel it is, and put a link in there for the knives that were in there. And my wife and I are going to enjoy the rest of our vacations. So we appreciate you checking in with us. Listen, if you found value in this video, please let us know by hitting the subscribe button and liking this video. It tells us a lot of what's going on. And think long and hard about your idea, whether you like Knife Ninja, where we come in people's homes, or Knife Club, because these people are now joining the club for nice knives. So we appreciate you always. We love you. And from all of us, my wife and I, we're definitely wishing you never a dull moment. God bless.